and welcome to the Pro Program Phase 2 launch. Today's conference is being recorded. At this time, I'd like to turn the conference over to Kevin Hoffman, Alula's Content Marketing Manager. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello and welcome to the Alula webinar series. My name is Kevin Hoffman. I'm the Content Marketing Manager for Alula, and I'm so excited to have you here today for the debut of our Pro Partner program. We're going to show you all the ways we're going to be able to accelerate your business growth. So let me show you the sneak peek of what we're going to be going through today. First, we're going to talk about the benefits of being an Alula Pro member. Next, we're going to look at the different levels, program levels for you, based on your sales. Then we're going to look at the benefits and rewards by level. We'll also talk about Pro Points, how you accrue them and how you can spend them. We'll look at some other aspects of the program. We'll talk about how to get involved with the program if you're new to Alula, and make sure that you're part of the program even if you've been a long-standing partner with Alula. Then we'll, of course, as always, save time at the end for your questions and get you the answers that you need. Our experts today, I'm very happy to welcome to the program Warren Hill. He's the Director of Partner Development for Alula. He built a program similar to this at Interlogics. He's an expert on these kinds of partner programs, and he's been working fast and furious for the past couple months to develop this, and I'm very excited to debut it today. I'm sure he's happy to show everyone his baby. So Warren, thank you so much for joining us.
I sure am. Thanks, Kevin. Great to be here.
All right, and then of course, Thomas Pedro, he's the Senior Manager of Partner and Channel Marketing. Many of you may know him from his work with the Partner Resource Center. It is our portal that helps you custom brand your materials. It's got all the materials you need from spec sheets to customer brochures, end to end. Very exciting project we launched earlier this year. Thomas, thanks for being here.
Great to be here, Kevin.
All right, let's get started. I'm sure everyone's really excited to get these details. Warren, you know, obviously community and our pros are so important to Alula, and so that's at the heart of this program.
Yeah, it certainly is. And, you know, when we launched this program last year in December, we focused on just a few of the foundational benefits of the program, a couple of those just by name being our Alula Facebook user group and our Partner Resource Center. And we've come back and we've said, okay, what can we do to make this program more robust and appealing to the masses, all the Alula pros that are out there? And so we've really tried to put a lot of benefits into this program that are focused on promoting community, education, and value. And it's really a program that's for dealers across the United States and Canada. We're hoping to give our partners access to tools that will help them grow their business. Our partners will have opportunities to meet with or to hear from Alula leaders, meet with Alula pros from around the country, talk with each other, share best practices, have access to special training webinars and other training resources that they'll help their technicians become more familiar with our products and services and ultimately help them sell them and service them better when they've got them installed out in the field.
Yeah, special hi to all the members in attendance from our Facebook group. If you're not part of that Facebook group yet, I encourage you right now to go to Facebook, search for that Alula Pro user group, Alula Pro Forum. We'd be happy to have you as part of that community, but this is really exciting. All these new features that we're going to be debuting for our pros. And one of the great things about Alula is that we're a right-sized partner and we are able to help you succeed no matter the size of your business, right? Right, Warren?
Right size. One size fits all. You know, this program, it's open to Alula dealers of all types and sizes. If you're a small dealer, great. If you're a large dealer, then that's super. If you're somewhere in between, that's perfect. We don't care if your focus is on small business and you're selling a lot of video product, or if your focus is on residential and you mainly install intrusion products. Whichever Alula products you're selling, this program, it's for you. And similar to other Alula, or similar to other loyalty programs that our members may be participating in, or dealers may participate in, the more business that you do with Alula, the more benefits you're going to receive in return with this program. And so it's not unlike other programs that are out there like Marriott and Hilton and United and American Airlines. The more you do with this, the more you're going to get back.
Absolutely. Anybody who's familiar with Sky Miles knows all about those kinds of rewards. Warren, one of the great rewards that's involved in our program is all the professional marketing that we make available to our pros.
Yeah, and I mentioned the Partner Resource Center that we launched in Phase 1. This is just continuing to expand on the materials that we have available on the PRC. We understand that many of our partners could use a little help when it comes to marketing tools and assets, and so we're working to provide that. We've made professional product and lifestyle images and several of our product brochures and other assets available to program members. You can use the images to create your own marketing materials, or you can take completed assets that we've created and you can put your own branding on those so that they look like they're your own materials. They look like they belong to you. You can also use the Alula Pro logo on there if you want to show that you're part of a larger national program of dealers. And so it's really nice, some of the marketing things that we've been able to put into this program and extend to our partners.
That's right, Warren. One of the most exciting pieces of new marketing collateral we have out there is a video that you could actually send to a prospective customer explaining the value of professional smart security and the services that you offer. We've been able to take this video, which costs over $40,000 to create, and we can make it so it's got your brand on it, your contact information at the end of it, and you can send it direct to the customers. You basically have a $40,000 video that you get to use for being an Alula partner. So one of the many, many great rewards that are available. One of the great rewards, yeah, absolutely. And one of the ones I personally get a lot of joy from is the Alula Professional Dealers and Installer Group, the Alula Pro Forum on Facebook. Warren, talk a little bit about this group of pros.
Well, it's a group of people that know what they're doing. They're from, like I said, from around the country. We'll have dealers that'll get on there. They'll post questions. They'll share best practices. They'll hear back from Alula team members that share with them different things that are going on here at Alula, upcoming features that we're launching on the Alula app, and different products that are soon to be coming. And so you're going to get a lot of the latest and greatest information from Alula through this Facebook user group, but you're also going to hear from other Alula pros from around the country, and we kind of all just lift each other up, sharing best practices that way.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is when someone comes up with a novel installation question. Maybe they're trying a new use that others haven't thought of before, and they bring it to the group, and it's just awesome to see our VPs in there as well as our CST team members in there kind of troubleshooting on the fly and kind of coming up with these solutions, which just really shows what a versatile platform the Alula platform is. Now, all of that being the case, I think one of the things that a lot of the people who are on this call are most excited about are the personal rewards that we make available to them for being an Alula Pro. So let's introduce that, Warren, and start talking about that.
Yeah, in addition to things we've talked about, the marketing resources, the networking opportunities, the educational benefits, we've included in this phase a number of rewards and benefits. I threw out Sky Miles, and you kind of reiterated on that, but similar to earning those, the more business you do with Alula, the more spend you do on Alula services, the more what we're calling them Pro Points, Alula Pro Points, you'll be able to earn. And these points, you can take these points and you can use them to help offset various marketing expenses. Some examples, print and electronic advertising. Maybe you want to have some shirts and hats made up for your team, your technicians, as they go out and install systems, or maybe they're going door-to-door selling. Vehicle and window decals, demo products for your showroom, and many more things. So we're making it so that when you're spending money on Alula services, you're able to earn these points that you can then turn around and reinvest back into your business to help you continue to grow and reduce some of your marketing expenses that you may already be having. So Other benefits would include special product promotions and samples of new products, but we'll get there. There's a couple of slides coming up that will get through all the details of the various benefits and rewards that are in store.
Thanks, Warren. And I just want to reiterate, just like Sky Miles, this is stuff that you were going to do anyway. This was a flight you were already going to take, and this is our way of rewarding you for doing business with us over and above the normal service that you get from us. So this is a really exciting program, and there's a lot of opportunity in it. Warren, talk about how it's designed to scale with the business of our partners.
Yeah. So program has 5 levels. This is new. When we launched the program in December, there was just a one-size-fits-all, but now there's 5 levels. So we've got basic, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. And there's 2 elements that help us determine a member's level in the program. The first is device activation. This is your communicators and your Connect Plus panels. And then the second is training hours. You can see from the table here that the number of communicator and Connect Plus activations, how many are required to reach each level. So, for example, a member that's doing less than 120 activations per year is going to be at the basic level, while a member that's doing more than 4,800 activations a year is at the diamond level. When it comes to training hours, this isn't so much a requirement as it is an expectation. Our expectation is that you'll be spending time training your internal and your external technicians on Alula products and services. And our feeling here is that the more you're training them, the quicker and more effective installations, and ultimately the better end user experience will be the result. And Alula, we're going to be there right there with you as an active partner to make the resources available to do the training, and in some cases we'll come on site and do the training ourselves. So we want to make sure that we're getting your technicians trained up properly.
Yeah, we've got an excellent online training program that we launched this year as well. There's lots of available times to train up on Connect Plus, our video platform, Bat Connect. So it should be really easy to get those hours in. And here's where we're going to start looking at the different benefits as they break out by level. So Warren, why don't you walk us through this?
Yeah, because there's so many benefits of being an Alula Pro, I've separated them into 3 separate categories. This first category, networking and education, and then we'll go through the next 2 categories in a moment. But here's a look at these education and networking benefits. You'll notice that many of the benefits are available to all pros, regardless of which level you're in. And then there's select benefits that we've reserved for members that are in the higher levels of the program. In this instance, take a look at pro education or technical training. This is a benefit that's available to everyone, with platinum and diamond level members having access to in-person training. Another example that I point out on here is access to Alula executive forums. These are opportunities to get together with Alula team members, Alula leadership. They'll take place varying times throughout the year at trade shows or other large industry events. And our gold, platinum, and diamond level pros will be invited to attend those and to participate in a dialogue with Alula team members and leaders on what's going on in the industry. What are some trends that you're seeing, and how is Alula responding to those trends?
Yeah, now let's look at what kind of marketing support you get by the various levels.
Yeah, thank you. So I kind of jumped ahead there. So the marketing support, we have a rich collection of marketing tools, and you and I have both talked about this. We've got the images, we've got the brochures, we've got the video, the new video that we just created that people can private label and post it on their website, send it out to their customers, things like that. Additionally, gold, platinum, and diamond level members have available to them select marketing services. Some of these services would be custom branding of existing Alula marketing assets, web and print design services, digital marketing services, different things that they can basically use their Pro Points for to pay the Alula marketing team to do some of these marketing services and create marketing materials for them. So that's just kind of a nice benefit. It's an extension of your own marketing team if you've got a team, or if you don't have a team and you're going out and contracting with a marketing agency to do this for you. Well, Alula can help be that resource for you.
And we're going to dig into those marketing services momentarily with Thomas. But first, let's round out the additional program benefits.
Yeah, so here we have a number of other rewards or benefits that round out this program. This category is kind of the miscellaneous category. There's a lot of things in here, but we talk about the Connect Up rebate program as well as the Alula referral program. There's Pro Points. As I said, those are awarded based on the money that you're spending month to month on Alula services. The ability to brand the Alula mobile app, that's a benefit that's open to all program members. And then there's taking it even a step further, which is a white label version of the app, which when you go out to the app store, you would look for the app that has your company's name on it. I mean, it wouldn't say the Alula app, it would be XYZ company's app. And it looks and feels like it's your company's own app. And so the end user, the consumer, they don't even know that Alula is involved in this. Couple other items here. Free samples for new products is also a unique benefit for our Diamond Pros. And so a lot of great benefits that are all included in this program.
Thank you, Warren. I'm going to turn it over here to Thomas to talk about Pro Points. Thomas, why don't you walk us through what these are?
Absolutely. Thanks, Kevin. One of the main focuses of my role here is to help our partners become better marketers. And, to me, probably the coolest feature of this program is these Pro Points that are available to our Gold, Platinum, and Diamond level members. I think these will give them a great opportunity to maximize, some of the things they're probably already doing from a marketing perspective. So these points are going to be awarded on a monthly basis based on spend on Alula services. And to kick things off, we're actually going to start qualifying members with points that they would have earned back to the beginning of this year. That means while the program launches today, we're going to count points from anything that you've spent this year. So kind of a nice value add there for our partners. So your initial point balance would be equal to the dollars you spent on Alula services since January. Now, not that I'm a bit biased here being part of the marketing team, but I think one of the coolest ways you can use these points are, as Warren and Kevin have already said, to offset a number of the different marketing expenses that you already have. You can see the list of qualified expenses here, but the one thing that I do want to point out is the ability to use these points for both digital and e-commerce consulting conversations. For anyone out there that's ever worked with consultants, you probably already know that these do tend to be relatively costly engagements. So, thankfully for our partners, myself and others on the team do have some expertise across these areas, and I'm excited to see our partners be able to tap into some of that knowledge.
Yeah, look, I've worked with consultants myself in the past. It's kind of like lawyers. You're paying a lot of money per hour. So if I could be spending Pro Points on that, you better believe I would utilize that. Thomas, how do I keep track of the Pro Points I have?
Yep, let's get into it. So hopefully by now, many of you are familiar with our Partner Resource Center, or as we like to call it internally, our PRC. This is a tool we rolled out a little while back, as it's already been mentioned here, but it's the central place for partners to find sales, marketing, and technical content. Now, to register for the program, you're going to need to go to alulapro.com, and we'll get into that a bit more here down the road. But once you've registered for the program and you've received a notification of your status in the program, everything going forward will take place within the PRC. So that's where you'll get updated information on the status of your status within the program. So if we look at the slides here, from the home page, you'll click on that Pro Program Status tile, and it will take you to the next screenshot you see there on the right, which will show information on your level in the program, device activations needed to maintain your level, and how many activations are needed to reach the next level. You'll also see information on Pro Points, how many you've earned, how many you've redeemed, and when they expire. This information will all be updated monthly, so you'll always have a nice recent view of program-specific information. The other call out here is you'll also find all of the needed Pro program-related documents, such as the redemption form, brand guidelines, and Pro Points guide, which we're going to touch on here in a second. So when you're ready to, say, redeem Pro Points for a qualified marketing expense or submit a request for tailored marketing services, this is where you want to start the process, right from the homepage there in the PRC. The last thing I do want to note here, really quick, Kevin, is this is only available to partners that have signed up for the program. So if you go and log into the PRC today, you wouldn't see this, you wouldn't have access to this. You do need to go to alulapro.com, get signed up, go through that process, and then you'll see all of this relevant information.
Now that's a good call out, Thomas. So let's assume someone has gone to alulapro.com, they've signed up for the program, and now they're visiting the PRC, and they're looking at these documents here that we're looking at with the green arrow. So when you click on those, it's going to take you to these guides. So Thomas, why don't you tell us what these guides are?
Yeah, so there's a few in there right now. One of them is the Pro Points brand guidelines, so it will give you some guidelines around how to use the Alula Pro logo. So definitely, if you're doing marketing on your own and you want to include the Alula Pro logo, that would be the place you'd want to go. A, to download the actual logo file, but then B, to make sure you're using it within brand guidelines. And specifically, I want to touch on, there's also actually a Pro Point redemption form. So once you decide, hey, I want to get reimbursed for something I spent marketing dollars on, that will be the place you'll go. You'll click in there and easy PDF download that you can fill out, and Warren will get you all taken care of. But what I did want to just take a moment to touch on here is the Pro Points guide. This really serves as the reference point for details and questions related to the how to use Pro Points, right? So you're going to find things like how they're earned, how they can be used for qualifying marketing expenses, what's the most amount that I can spend and get reimbursed for, and then what does that process look like? That's just a highlight of sort of the things you'll find within that document. But hopefully, the PRC and these documents will give our partners a great start to being able to maximize their participation in the program.
Absolutely, Thomas. Thank you so much. And anybody who wants some help learning about the PRC, you can reach out to thomas.pedro@alula.net. He'll be happy to show you around. But right now, I want to look at a kind of a real-world example here, Warren, of how one of our partners might use their Pro Points. So could you kind of walk us through the steps?
Absolutely, and Kevin, Thomas, thanks for walking us through these Pro Points. As you mentioned, this is probably one of the most exciting new benefits that we're including in this program in this phase, and there's going to be more exciting benefits coming in future phases. But Pro Points is a great one, a lot of value in these. So I put together this example of a made-up dealer, Mountain Peak Alarm. We'll say that they're located in Bozeman, Montana. Their preferred distributor is Annixter in Bozeman. You can see here that they're a platinum level dealer. They've got a Pro Point balance of 128,705 points. So they've got a lot of points, which is great. And in this example, they want to use some points to buy some of these snazzy flat build hats for their team. These hats are going to cost them $2,000, we'll say. And what they can do, Mountain Peak Alarm can use points to cover up to 50% of the qualifying marketing expense. So in this case, they're going to use 30,000 points to cover $1,000 of the expense. The Pro Point redemption value is 30 points equals $1. So that's how we get to the 30,000 points. To get reimbursed, Mountain Peak Alarm is going to go out on the Partner Resource Center. They're going to fill out and submit the redemption form. When they hit submit, that form is going to come to me, and I'm going to review it and approve it. Assuming that everything checks out, I'll approve that. I'll send that over to my finance team, who will issue the product credit. Now, if Mountain Peak Alarm is buying direct from Alula, then the credit will go into their direct purchase account. If they're buying through distribution, which in this case they buy through Annixter, we will work with Annixter. We will issue a product credit through Annixter for and in behalf of Mountain Peak Alarm. And then the last step is for me to reach out to Mountain Peak Alarm or whoever the Alula Pro member is and let them know that a credit has been issued either to their direct account or to their distributor account, and then they can use that credit to purchase additional Alula products. So that's essentially how it works. I think from start to finish, it's probably a 2 to 4 week process by the time everything gets checked out, everything gets approved, and then processed through finance. So that's my expectation, is that once you submit for Pro Point reimbursement, you'd have that all taken care of in less than a month's time.
Wow, that's quick. And it actually starts today, right?
It does. It says exciting. Registration is now live. If you didn't catch this from Thomas, alulapro.com, that's where you want to go to register. And just as a quick shout-out reminder, you will get credit for the points that you would have earned, assuming that the program started back on January 1st. So anything that you've spent on Alula services from January 1st to date will be in your, quote, Alula Pro bank account once we get your program membership set up and going. But program is now live. The program year that we're now in will end in December of 2020. And then going forward, program years will always run from January to December. This first year is just a little bit different since we're kind of getting a late start here. Membership levels in this first year will be based on your actual device activations going back to October 1st of last year through March 31st of this year. So basically we're looking at a 6-month period of time, Q4 of last year, Q1 of this year, to determine what your level in the program is. And then last thing to note from this slide is that Pro Points, they do expire at the end of the year following the year that they were earned. So the good news is they do have a long shelf life. An example of that would be for points that you're earning this month, June of 2020, they won't actually expire until December 31st of 2021. So you can use them for a long time, but at some point they do go away. So just a couple things to keep in mind there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of us are familiar with the old use them or lose them of vacation days. So luckily with Pro Points, as you mentioned, they've got an extended shelf life, so that's nice. Now, not everybody on this webinar, of course, is an existing Alula partner. So if someone is here seeing this and wants to be a part of it and is new to Alula, how do they put their hand in the air and join up?
Yeah, and this could be an example of somebody that's not an Alula dealer yet, or maybe they're brand new to Alula and you're saying, well, how is my level going to get assigned? Because I don't have a history going back to October of last year. Essentially what we're going to do with this program is similar to what some other loyalty programs do, and that is we're going to assign a temporary level. And it's going to be based on the forecasted volume, and that's from discussions that you've had with your Alula sales rep. And then we're going to assign that temporary level, and we'll watch the progress and we'll reevaluate your level over time. I'm anticipating us giving new partners 3 to 4 months to ramp up, and then we'll reevaluate to determine if any action needs to be taken on our part. And I've included an example on this slide. Again, going back to Mountain Peak Alarm, say they were new to Alula, and during the conversations that they were having in their discussions with the Alula rep, we learned that they anticipate activating an average of 25 panels a month. Well, an average of 25 panels a month would put a dealer at the gold level in the program, and so we elect to place them temporarily at the gold level. In the first 3 months of activity, the dealer does 15, then 20, then 28 panel activations. While they're not yet hitting that 25 activation average, they're in the ballpark, they're trending in the right direction, so we would likely choose to leave them at the gold level for the remainder of the year, assuming some crazy thing doesn't happen and they fall all the way back to 5 or 6 activations a month. So we'd probably leave them at the gold level, and then for 2021, we would base that level off of how they were trending for the balance of this year. So that's kind of how it's going to work for a new Alula dealer.
Excellent. That way no one has to start at 0, right?
That's the hope. We don't want anybody to start at 0. That's never fun.
So speaking of getting started, we mentioned it earlier, alulapro.com. That's the place to go. That's alulapro.com. Warren, take us through the steps once everyone goes to alulapro.com.
Yeah, it's a simple process. You'll go there. There's a lot of information about the program, a lot of the benefits that we've already talked about here. There's a program brochure that will basically go through the talking points that we've gone through on this webinar. But at the bottom, there is a registration form. You'll provide things like your name, your address, your phone number. You do need to designate someone at your business, whether it's yourself or somebody else, as the program administrator. Who is the program administrator? This is somebody that if there's a question, if you guys are trying to redeem points and there's a question that comes up on our end, I need to know who you want me to reach out to on your team. So whether it's you or an admin or a VP of finance or whoever, I need to know who to call so that I can clarify any questions. Maybe I need to know who your preferred distributor is, and I've got a question about that, or maybe I need to know what your distributor account number is so that we can make sure that the credit is going to the right place. That's why we need that program administrator on your end. Other than that, that's it. You go in there, you review the terms and conditions of participating in the program, and you hit submit. It's going to come to me. I'm going to review it. I'm going to look at your historical activation information. I'm going to see if you have any pro points that should be coming to you. We're going to get all that loaded on our end, and then that way, when you log into the Partner Resource Center, it'll all be loaded there for you. Once everything's tied off on my end, I will send an email out to you letting you know that you've been accepted into the program, letting you know what your program level is, and all that type of thing. But just kind of imparting right here on this point, I want to make sure that people understand you need to go to alulapro.com, www.alulapro.com, to register for the program. People might be confused and say, I'm already an Alula Pro. Well, you can be an Alula Pro by signing up on the alula.com website. But in order to be eligible for the points and all the benefits associated with this program, you've got to be a member of the Alula Pro program, and the way you sign up for that is at alulapro.com.
That's right, Warren. That's the #1 call to action. I would just open it in another tab and start working on it while we're going through the Q&A. Just go to www.alulapro.com, fill out that registration form. Make sure that you're putting your hand in the air and getting credit for the points that you're probably already earning. So you might as well take advantage of it. So like I said, we're going to have some Q&A here. I'm sure there's a ton of questions coming in from all of the people in the audience. There's a lot of excitement around this program. We've put a lot of information out there today, and it's a very exciting time. Warren, thank you so much for unveiling all of this with us, and so we could be the first to see it. And then, of course, Thomas, thank you so much for your participation. Are you guys able to stick around and answer some of the questions from the audience?
Absolutely, you bet.
Let's do it.
All right, let's get to the questions right now then. All right, guys, thank you so much. We've got the group chat going. Feel free to type some questions in now. We've got a few that we've already got during the presentation. Warren, are you ready to take some of these? How about you, Thomas?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
All right, Thomas, this first one is for you. It comes from Lee. Lee asks, where do we access literature and images?
So as we talked about throughout the presentation, the Partner Resource Center, which is at partner.alula.com, would be the place to go there. And then there's a marketing resource section, and within that is both an image library and then different marketing templates that can be used for marketing initiatives.
Excellent. Next question comes to us from Tyler Ashdown. This is for you, Warren. Are these Pro Points available through distributors?
Yeah, so the way the Pro Points work, it's not so much who you buy your product from, whether you're buying direct or you're buying through distributor. That doesn't matter. The Pro Points are awarded based off of what you're spending on Alula services. So when you're paying for the interactive alarm, or you're paying for alarm forwarding, you're paying for two-way voice, the points are awarded based on your monthly RMR spend with Alula. So it's a little different than buying the hardware through distributors versus buying direct. It's really all based on Alula service spend.
All right. And now the next question comes to us from David Garrett. Warren, he's asking, as a distributor of Alula product, how do my customers get their points toward the program?
Well, again, so they're with our dealers, they're paying for Alula services. They're paying direct to Alula for those services, and we go ahead and award the points based off of that. Now, when it comes to using those points or redeeming those points, they're going to go out to the Partner Resource Center. They're going to fill out that point redemption form that we walked through, and they're going to submit that. And then that's going to come to me. I'll go through the whole approval process. And then as we approve that and issue credit, that credit will go to their distributor on their behalf, and they'll be able to use, you'll be able to use that credit there. But the points don't go through the distributor. The points are a balance that's strictly between the dealer and Alula, and we'll hold that bank account of points for you, and then we'll take care of redeeming those when you want to.
All right. Next question comes to us from Omar. He says he's based in Colombia, and he asks, is this program inclusive for other countries? So he's talking about the country of Colombia.
Yeah. So, you know, Omar, thank you for your business. We appreciate you doing business with Alula in Colombia, and I'm not sure who you're buying through. Why don't you reach out to me directly, warren.hill@alula.com, and I'd be happy to do some research, find out how you're buying. Are you buying direct? Are you buying through distribution? We'll figure out if we can work with you directly on this. So that would be great.
Excellent. And now, so we're going to, several questions from distributors. So we're very happy to have all you distributors here in the audience. As you know, we only go through distribution, so we're very happy for your business. And Tyler Ashdown's asking, when a distributor brings a dealer to Alula, what type of program protection do you provide for the distributor?
Yeah, again, I'm not sure, Tyler, what you're looking for there. Happy to take that offline if you want to send me an email. Like I said, warren.hill@alula.com. But we're not looking to change the relationship between a dealer and a distributor, or between Alula and a dealer. with this program. No changes to the relationships there, no changes to how the dealers are buying product through distribution. But go ahead and reach out to me, and I'll see if I can address your specific question.
Excellent. And I want to just reiterate that you want to go to alulapro.com and sign up for this program. Don't get confused and think that by registering to be an Alula Pro or registering to be an Alula dealer that you're already part of the program. You have to go to alulapro.com right now. Go ahead and fill out that registration form, and that's going to alert Warren, and he'll make sure you're in the program. He'll get your points set up. He'll get you everything you need. Right, Warren?
That's right. Yep.
Okay.
We'll start taking care of those today as those start rolling in.
All right, and we're getting a few more questions coming in, including one from Jake Bull. Great to see you, buddy. We'll get to your question in a second there, Jake. First, I want to take one from Tim Rasmussen's. He wants his sales rep to give him a call to go over this in more detail since he's up in Canada. But Tim, we will have a call out to you right after this webinar concludes. But in the meantime, I do want to ask Warren, does this apply to Canada? Is there any special things we need to know about the program as it pertains for our Canada dealers and distributors?
Sure does apply to Canada reps, U.S. reps, and we're going to see if it can apply to Colombia reps as well, dealers as well. So we will definitely make sure that we get in contact there with Mr. Rasmussen.
Excellent. Yeah, I know we are making a big push in Canada. I've recently done some great webinars with some of our partners and distribution partners up there. Very great audience. So we love our Canadian Alula Pros and hope to see you on those webinars coming up. Next question comes to us from Don Gregory. What is the website URL for the Pro website? I have tried to save it to favorites through the link sent by my rep, but he's having a little trouble with it. So what's the actual website URL where people should go there, Warren?
Well, for the program, it's www.alulapro.com. And I saw that question come in from Don, and I thought, well, is it working? And so I got on my phone and I typed in the URL in my browser, and it works. It's live. I saw that you can go on there. It's formatted for mobile devices. I can go on there and I can actually do the registration from my phone if I so choose. So it is live. It's working. Don, give it another try and see if you can't get on there.
Yeah, we may not have turned it on until just today. So if you tried it previously before this webinar, you may have to try it again. And don't do the www. Just write alulapro.com. That'll get you there. Let's go to Lee. Okay. Thomas, this comes to you. Lee is asking, do we have one ID and password for the Partner Resource Center, or does each employee that needs access need a different ID and password?
Good question. So generally, most partners are just going to use one. It has been set up in such a way to try to make it easy in terms of all of us have a lot of usernames and passwords we have to remember across all the different sites that we participate in. And so the PRC actually uses the same login credentials as your Alula Connect dealer account. So provided you are okay with the team logging in and sharing one, that's fine. Otherwise, you can reach out to partner.alula.com if you want individual logins created.
And while I have you, Thomas, old friend of the webinar series, Abdelak Ziri, is asking what login info to use for partner.alula.com. Maybe you could say what don't give it out to everybody, but what would a person's login info likely be for partner.alula.com? And also, by the way, can you just reach out to Abdullah and make sure that they get access? So, but what would the password likely be for people for the login?
So unfortunately, that's typically unique to each business. and that's set up at the time of, I guess, the kickoff of your relationship with Alula. But a lot of times it's your company name and then some variation of security as the password. But it is your, as I mentioned before, it is the same credentials you log in with to access Alula Connect. So when you're configuring panels and doing all the fun things you get to do there, that would be the same credentials you should use for partner.alula.com.
Excellent. Let's see. Next question is from David Garrett. Can you please discuss how integrators can sign up through their local distributor like Annixter? So this is for you, Warren. We don't have a mechanism for them to sign up through the distributor, right? We don't want to burden the distributor with having to keep track of this stuff. We're just doing that on our own, correct?
That's right. Yeah, for the program, it's a direct relationship between the dealer and Alula. So no need to go through a distributor for that. When it comes to buying the product, obviously you'd work with your distributor for that. But for this program, just go to alulapro.com, register for the program, and we'll get things going that way. And just keep buying the way that you currently buy.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, I would suggest you may actually want to buy a little bit more because you're going to get rewarded for it. And so the incentive here for our distributors is that they're going to sell more product. The only way to accrue Pro Points is to buy product at distributorships, to buy Alula products at your local distributorships. That will get you these points. All we're saying basically is that the distributor is not going to be the ones that have to keep track of it. They've got a bunch of other people they have to keep track of. So we're going to keep track of it. But the only way to earn the points is through buying through the distributor. And then once you do that and you activate those devices, once you install them and activate those devices, Warren will be working to make sure you're getting the points that you deserve for that. And then we'll also be fulfilling those points. We'll be making sure that you are able to spend those points without the distributor having to necessarily worry about keeping track of Alula Pro Points. So we have a question here from Leslie Michael. Leslie asks, is there somewhere we can get an outline of the program and benefits? Warren, I think you would be the best person to ask on this one.
Yeah, so on alulapro.com, on that landing page where you go to register, there's information about the benefits, the levels on there. There's a link that you can click and it'll pull up a brochure. And a lot of the information that we covered on this call, it's all in there in that brochure. It's a digital brochure. You can download it, view it online, whichever. But all of the information is on there.
Excellent. Let's see. Just want to make sure. So I want to just add, Kelly is adding that on the redemption form within the Partner Resource Center, you can choose what distributor you want to use for that specific redemption. So that's how we're basically going to help negotiate it with your local distributor without having to burden them with the administrative tasks that are involved in that, which is why we hired Warren, right? All right, question comes to us from Don. Warren, I'm not sure if you would be the one with the answer to this. Do we have access to a dealer demo account for training techs?
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
Not sure if he's talking about the app, in which case there is a demo on all the apps that you can use. If you just download the Alula app, you'll see on the login screen that there's actually a demo mode that you can start up. But Warren, do you have more insight into what he might refer to?
Well, I don't know that I was thinking along those lines. I think that's a good thought. Definitely put the app in demo mode and you can train people or show it to potential customers. I think if they're looking for more specifics on training on Alula products and services, that is available through the Partner Resource Center. Don, if you've got more questions, we can put you in touch with our customer success team and get whatever training you need set up for you and your technicians.
Yeah, thanks, Warren. I think you're probably right, since we were talking about those training hours. And so, while people are asking about it, what's the best way that people are going to fulfill those training hours that are part of those different tiers?
Yeah, so again, the resources we've got out there on our Partner Resource Center, those are ways to fulfill those training recommendations. But also work with your Alula sales rep, your Alula customer success team. They're going to point you in the right direction to those resources if you can't find them on your own. In the cases, like I said, with diamonds and platinum level dealers, we're going to have a customer success team member come to your offices, provide that training for your technicians there. In the case of silvers and golds, we'll provide that training over webinars. So it's really just a matter of reaching out to your Alula rep. If you don't know who your Alula rep is, contact us. You can contact us through the Alula Pro program at alulapro@alula.com. Again, alulapro@alula.com. And we'll address any questions that you have about the program, or if you don't know who your rep is or you're looking for distributors in your area, go ahead and drop us an email, and we'll get back in touch with you with answers to the questions.
Yeah, Warren, you just mentioned the distributors. That actually leads us into our next question from Michael Hudgens. In South, how would someone find who their local distributor is, where they can buy a Alula product? What's the best way to get that information?
Well, again, I think going through your Alula rep, that would be what I would tell you to do. Tom, let me kick that one over to Thomas. Thomas, is there information out there about distributors on our website of who's selling Alula product?
We do have most of our distributors listed to my knowledge, but I don't know that it's geographic specific. What I would suggest is to, as Warren already said, reach out to your sales rep, and they can guide you through the process of getting you connected with the right people.
Okay. And another question here. Thomas, I'm going to toss this one to you as well. It's from Clay Martin. He's asking, how do you do the online training for new dealers? I would like to see training for installation, sales, features and benefits for Alula products and offerings. So what's the best way that we can service that?
Yeah, so I think as we outlined through this presentation, depending on what tier you fall in within the program, your training will look slightly different as far as delivery, whether that's virtual or in person. But the Partner Resource Center is the place most of our partners are going to start with this. There's videos and documents and all sorts of things, both on the installation side, and then we've got some feature and benefit documentation out there as well in the marketing and sales section. So I would start there, and again, if there's further questions, either an email to Alula Pro at alula.com or partner at alula.com, and we can help guide you through the process.
Thank you, Thomas. Okay, next question, Warren, comes to us from Jake Bull. He's a great Alula partner, a great distributor. If you need Alula products online, you can certainly find them with Jake Bull. And a great Facebook group, I would add as well, Alarm Dealers. Jake is asking, can distributors offer bonus points? Like, is there any way a distributor can participate in this program and maybe magnify the number of Alula Pro points that they're able to offer to their customers?
Well, again, that's an interesting question, Jake. The points, in this case, what we're doing right now, the points are between Alula and the alarm dealer. But that doesn't mean that we can't look at doing something like that in the future, in a future phase rollout. We'd have to work with our distribution partners to figure out how we might go about doing that. But for now, no, that's not part of this phase, but I'll put it on my radar and see if we can come back to it.
Yeah, Jake, I would just add, we would love to work with you on something like a Pro Days promotion. with you. So, reach out to me. You know my address, kevin.hoffman@alula.net. Definitely looking forward to working with you on some Alula promotions in the future. Next comes to us from Steve Meineck. Steve's asking about the province or postal code selection on site for Canadian dealers. So again, I've mentioned we're getting a lot of attention and interest in Canada. Thank you for pointing that out, Steve. Kelly will take care of that shortly. Here comes a question from Clay Martin, very timely question. So he's asking, with COVID-19 restrictions, some distributors have had trouble getting devices from some manufacturers. He's asking, what's the availability of Alula products? Can we use multiple distributors for pricing and equipment fulfillment? Warren, are you able to field that, or is that one that you might take?
I'll go ahead and field that one. Thanks, Kevin. So absolutely, with the COVID-19 restrictions, and there's been some supply chain slowdowns here and there that have affected many product manufacturers in the industry and other industries. We have had that impact us somewhat, but we are continuing to get product daily and get that out to distributors to fulfill orders. Let's see, what was the rest of that question? What was the second part of that question, Kevin?
Yeah, so the second part of that question, can we use multiple distributors for pricing and equipment fulfillment?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This program, it doesn't matter which distributor you buy from, so go ahead, and if you need to reach out to other distributors to buy products, not a problem. If it's an issue regarding pricing, work with your Alula rep, and they'll try to do what they can with the distributors there on your behalf.
Excellent. And Bruce, I see your comment about Alula /partners. We're always building that out. So certainly there are more Canadian stations that we can add. And if you are a Alula partner and would like to be included on that list, please reach out to your sales rep and we'll get it updated. Okay, a question from Abdella. Can you please clarify between the web URLs for Alula Connect login? Okay, so I'm thinking that might be for you, Thomas, in terms of getting access to the PRC.
Yeah, so I'll try to do this from memory here. So Alula Connect is the dealer portal. That should be at alulaconnect.com. So when you're going there to do all the things you need to do to configure accounts and all that stuff, that should be where you want to go. When you want to access our Partner Resource Center, it's partner.alula.com. And then the new one we introduced today to register for the Pro program is alulapro.com. Lots of different Pro URLs, but hopefully that adds some clarification.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Thomas, for clarifying that. Hopefully we got that answered. Abdella, we're going to reach out to you. We're going to make sure we get you hooked up today. So don't worry, we'll be reaching out to you after this. And thank you all for joining us for this exciting launch of the Pro program today. I want to make sure you all go to alulapro.com. I want to make sure you guys all fill out the registration form and sign up. In many cases, you will already have Pro Points waiting for you. You'll just have to sign up so that Warren can assign them based on your sales up until this point. So this is a benefit that I want to make sure you don't lose out on. This is something we're giving to our partners as a perk and as a benefit, as a show of appreciation, and because we want to accelerate your business, because when you succeed, Alula succeeds. And without you succeeding, we cannot succeed. So thank you all for being here. Warren, any parting words for the audience?
I just want to thank people for joining us this morning on this call. Thanks for your interest. This is going to be a great and exciting program that's going to continue to grow and evolve over time. So stay tuned and let's grow together.